Over the past couple of decades, a new political and economic force has emerged on the world stage, challenging the traditional dominance of the United States and other Western countries. This group, known as the BRICS, is made up of 5 major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Today, we'll explore the growing influence of the BRICS in global politics and economics and how they're reshaping the international system. Hey everyone, I'm Noah Zerbe. I'm a professor of global politics at California State Polytechnic University, Humboldt. Welcome to IR Explainer, where I explore the theories and concepts behind current events in international relations and global politics. The term BRICS was originally coined by Goldman Sachs economist Jim O'Neill in 2001 to describe at the time the 4 large, fast-growing economies of Brazil, Russia, India, and China. In 2010, South Africa was added to the group, making it the BRICS we know today. The BRICS countries have become increasingly significant players in global politics and economics. Collectively, they represent about 40% of the world's population, around 30% of the world's gross domestic product, more than $16 trillion, around a third of the world's land coverage, and almost 20% of global trade. The growing influence of the BRICS can be observed in various aspects of international relations. For instance, China has surpassed the OECD's investment in many developing countries, and Brazil's South-South triangular cooperation is expanding. However, despite the increased prominence of these economies, the United Nations and the global development system are still predominantly controlled by the traditional donors, the Western donors. This has led to a call for increasing the inclusion of emerging economies in a renewed global partnership, as advocated by the United Nations Development Program. One of the key concepts in international relations that can help to explain the rise of the BRICS is the idea of power transition. Power transition theory suggests that the relative power of emerging states increases. They are likely to challenge the established order and seek to redefine the rules of the international system to better suit their interests. In the case of the BRICS, their rapid economic growth and increasing political influence have enabled them to challenge the dominance of the United States and other Western countries in the global political and economic system. The growing influence of the BRICS might also highlight the nature of global economic interdependence. As the BRIC countries have become more economically integrated with the global economy, their mutual dependence on each other and on the rest of the world has grown. This has made them more influential players in the international political and economic system, as other countries increasingly rely on the BRICS for trade, investment, and access to resources. So how exactly are the BRICS exerting their growing influence? One area in which we see the growing influence of the BRICS is in the realm of international finance. In 2014, they established the New Development Bank, which aims to finance infrastructure and sustainable development projects in the BRICS countries and in other developing nations. The New Development Bank, or the NDB, can be seen as an alternative to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, which have traditionally been dominated by the United States and other Western countries. Another example of the BRICS' growing influence is their ability to shape global norms and values. For instance, China has actively promoted its model of state-led capitalism as an alternative to liberal market-oriented approaches championed by the United States. This has led to a contestation of ideas in the international system as countries debate the relative merits of different economic models and governance structures. The growing influence of the BRICS has also implications for global security. For example, Russia's resurgence as a major military power has led to a renewed focus on great power competition as the United States and its allies seek to counterbalance Moscow's growing assertiveness in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Similarly, China's rapid military modernization and assertive behavior in the South China Sea have raised concerns about potential conflict for the Asia-Pacific region. Although the BRIC countries have divergent policies and experiences, their collective influence is undeniable, and the BRICS are looking to expand the association. Saudi Arabia, for example, has expressed an interest in joining the group, and South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa indicated his support for Saudi membership. Several other countries, including Algeria, Argentina, Indonesia, and Iran, have also expressed an interest in joining the group, though the process of admitting new members and the criteria for membership have not yet been specified. But even without expanding the membership, the BRICS countries are clearly an influential group in global politics and represent an interesting challenge to American hegemony in the global and political economic system. That's it for now. If you found this helpful, click the thumbs up button and subscribe to catch future explainers when they're released. Please leave any questions you have for this video or any suggestions for future explainer topics in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.